Welcome back, Elden Ring fans, and that's right, I got another build for you guys. Now, this build was a lot of fun to make. Of course, it's my Markimoo, my Markiplier build. We're doing a little bit of some just experimenting. I've been having a lot of fun making these builds. I'm doing I think pretty okay. I'm really glad that the Moist Critical build went so well. We're not going to go too far, with these builds. I will continue to make them, but when I mean by too far, I mean by we're not going to keep Markiplier nude. Even though he's strutting his stuff, his OnlyFans is probably not going to be happening on this channel. So what we need is we actually need to make this build more like him. That's what builds the characteristic. Yes, I'm good at making facial features for some characters, but we really need is him. We need him. It's an empty vessel without his characteristics. So we go ahead and make this a Dex Intelligence build. You can make it a Strength Intelligence build to lean more towards into him, but I went with the Dex because I found that the Meteoric Katana was kind of what I wanted to use for him because he's got a little bit of Korean in him. I thought it'd be cool to give him that aspect because he does share his personal views with us and stuff like that, and all of his personal information, and that's kind of who makes him like who he is. So I figured I would pay homage to that because it's kind of cool. Not every day does anybody just go out and just talk about who they are and what they do and everything else, and he's kind of like our best friend in a way. I'm sure he views it that way too. We're not personally friends, he doesn't know us personally, but everybody he cares about. He's a very caring person. And right now he's talking to what I believe to be a roided out tiny box Tim that grew legs and stopped being a box. But he's learning that he must protect space. This is his space build. That's exactly what this is. It's a high intelligence build. It's all about space. You have to, kind of role play with him. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm experimenting with this weird portal that I found. I dressed him up in his engineering clothing. Thanks to the Markiplier in Space, or In Space with Markiplier YouTube video that I had fun watching. I thought it was a lot of cool. It's very interactive, and you got to be kind of interactive with other people if you come across people cosplaying as him or doing this build. But like I said, he's got a gigantic cannon because it just seems something ridiculous that he'd be like, "That's fucking cool. I want that. Let's do it." And he's very observant with anything that has to do with space. Everything that has to do with space. He tests things. He has fun with them. So this character, I wanted it to have that. I wanted him to be inspecting and doing a lot of just experiments. So basically, yes, I had the Alabaster's Lord Sword for him being a Gravitas kind of build. Because, well, he likes space. I mean, that you're going to hear that a lot in this video. He's all revolved around space. I guess you could technically make it. I couldn't find anything to make Chica, so I kind of made Torrent Chica. And, I can't edit that. I'm not modding the game. This is all just me doing stuff by hand, stuff that you can do. But I thought it'd be cool just to have him. It just, he's excited about the portal working and he's going through and dodging aliens and stuff like that. And the underground is just a perfect place for him because it's like feeling you're in another world. You're on another planet. And the high intelligence build isn't always just physical. I'm using physical weapons right now, but the main part of this build will be the intelligence, the magic area. Because our boy Mark, he's fucking magical. Nobody can argue with that. He's cool. If you don't know who Markiplier is, I don't know how you don't. It's like not knowing Moist Critical. It's crazy. They're both such good content creators. Go watch their stuff. It's so cool. I've grown up watching both of them. A little bit less Moist, but that's because I recently had found him 5 years ago, 7 years ago, or something like that. But that's not the point. The point is that they're good content creators. Go watch them. They're fun. I just like making this content because I like paying homage. It's cool. It gives people ideas. Be open with it. I've seen a lot of openness in my comments for the last video for Penguin Zero, for Moist Critical. I've seen a lot of cool things that I didn't think about facepalm. It was completely ridiculous. I was like, why didn't I do that? The God Hand complex. Somebody said, hey, you could have used the dragon build to slap the shit out of him. That's good. Whoever did that, good job. That's some shit that makes it specially unique to you. That's what's good. You know, there's a lot of undesirable uniqueness in this world, and that's something cool. You know, I personally liked the way I made my build, and I'm not, you know, dissing his idea. His idea is really cool. That's a very, you can make that build unique by just making it completely full God Slap. No Tiana's Bug Slap or none of that kind of stuff. So with this build, I am using the Alabaster Sword, but like I said, that's not the main thing. The main two things will be whenever he successfully defends space. And after a little while, you know, this is a lower level based character. This is just for low level. I'm not a low level in this, but I'm making it for representation. You can start off as an engineer and then move into this protector of space, like a Buzz Lightyear who looks like a god, like a sculpted Greek god, which is exactly what Markiplier is. He's just a cool guy. I mean, he's not a god, you know, but I'm sure he's just a cool guy, you know. I just thought it would be fun to make him. So of course I'm observing the area, the space idea, you know, that's something that he gets lost in. And, you know, I got lost in it too. And just like Markiplier, I would be, you know, praising the idea of how pretty space is and how awesome it is, because it is. And I would find ignorance not to notice that I'm about to get fucking my ass knocked out. And that scared the shit out of me. But that's some shit that would happen to Mark. That's some stuff. If for those who have watched him and know him, that's something that would have happened. So I found that happened to me. So I was like, this is perfect to add in this video. It's not like I'm going to be a huge content creator for this stuff. I love doing this. I am just doing this on an iPhone, to be honest. Like, I'm not doing this on a computer. It's not going to be the top quality stuff, but this is some cool stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be quality. You know, people know that, like, this is just fun. You know, finding things around other things to make it more open to people. So, like, this area with the mimic tears, I kind of imagined them being mannequins, but not in a sort of way that you would think. You know, we had to add that space feature. So these must be some sort of maniacal alien type mannequin that can recreate the past user or the past person, which in this, Markiplier does use the mimic tier. It's more of an interdimensional self, which I'm sure everybody knows that he has his little fake him, the evil side of him, or I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I know, shame on me. But that would be his mimic tier. If you wanted to, you could give Mark a pink mustache, like I said. That would be a cool idea. You know, I just went with what he looks like right now. I was like, you know, you can make him have short hair. This character that I made looks great with short hair. It looks just like him. But he's no simp. You know, we got to keep it in character. He's no fucking simp. Just because Ronnie is everybody's taste of tea doesn't mean that he's going to back out and, you know, leave Lady D. He's not going after any woman, but Dami D. The big D, Demetrescu, whatever the hell you want to call her. You know, he can't leave his mistress behind. It can't happen. Dami D, it's not happening. So Dami Mommy will have to be who he's protecting. He's protecting Dami Mommy. So this, like I said, I had a lot of fun with this. I'm just kind of showing it off. You know, it's not perfect yet. But I wanted to really get it out there because, you know, I want to see people's creativity. I want people to notice my creativity, but I still want people to enjoy a game that they've maybe gotten out of, you know, something that they just don't think about. You know, the community for all video gaming is so much fun, and I found a lot of fun in making these. So like I said, he discovers his mimic tier. He gets excited about it. You know, he whoops the fuck out of anything that seems to look like a mannequin because he's brave. He's a big boy. He's got that down. But he's a brave boy. He doesn't have to worry about no mannequins and stuff like that, but he eventually gets abilities, you know, like as you level up, your character has to build. So, you know, I feel that the progression makes it cool. You know, this adds more layers to who this character is supposed to be. So your lower level has, you know, maybe an early mimic tier, maybe not. He still has Gravitas, but you can also implement, if you're good enough to, you know, make a good enough build where you're able to use Intelligence still. This is a higher level character, but I mean, magic's broken anyway. But instead, if you can't make magic and you're going for the strength dex kind of build, maybe a little bit of intelligence but no spell casting, you can use those Gravitas Stones. That's something cool. You know, like, this build has to be throwing meteors and shooting stars at people, but it can also have simple things that really build into the character, that really make them who they are. So, like, I figured, you know, him just standing there like, what? What's happening? What's going on? Why isn't he attacking? What's happening? You know, he's kind of clueless sometimes. He's our boy Mark. He's like that sometimes. And that's what's goofy, and that's why we watch him. We love him. You know, these content creators are important to us. And I feel that the community has acknowledged that. They've always acknowledged it, but I feel like people are, like, agreeing. And disagreeing is good, but, like, it's cool. It's cool to see that people are like, yeah, that's fucking cool. You know, I like the praise a little bit. You know, I'm not trying to be like an overzealous asshole. It's cool. I can't lie. So this is our overpowered Mark. This is Mark at his top tier when he's the ruler of space, when he has conquered the galaxy in the palm of his hand. You know, he may be a little upset that Ronnie's gone, you know, at this point in time, but we needed to have sacrifice. It had to happen. But who am I kidding? What does he care? He's good. He can go on throughout the rest of his day. He's got Lady Demetresque. So there's a lot of hints to some other things. You know, I had him fighting Freddy Fazbear, but Freddy Fazbear is fucking roided all to hell. He decided to go hit the gym really early this morning, and yeah, as you can tell, even two Markipliers are having just a little bit of trouble sometimes getting grabbed by a giant Freddy Fazbear, but. That's building into the cosplay of it. You know, you don't always have to be underground for something like this. It's cool because it's the space idea, but if you're really trying to make the character, you're going to have more openness to the rest of the world. There's a lot to work with in Elden Ring and FromSoft games because they're some of my favorite games. Like I said, I have a list, an entire fucking list of characters that you guys are not going to believe that you can make. That it's just ideas that I've just having. Like a fan service for certain things have opened before it while Mark flashes you. But like it's cool stuff. It's cool stuff that you can do. Everybody can do this. Anybody can do this. But I mean, maybe I have a talent for making some really cool builds, you know? Of course I'm a really overleveled fucking character in this, so there's not really builds. It's just kind of, I can do whatever I want, but so can they. Like, Moist Critical could do whatever the fuck he wanted to right now. And so could Markiplier. You know, they're really cool guys, and they're a lot of our childhoods, and just it's a lot of fun. You know, this character was so cool to make. It was a lot of fun. I really think that this one looks really, really good. It looks a lot like him. Like I said, I gave him that kind of personal touch, you know, because that's something that he would do. He has a very personal experience with his channel. Everything's kind of upfront with him, you know. He's very on the mark with things. So a katana has a lot of precision. This meteoric blade looks cool as fuck because it's a spacey kind of blade. You know, it's got like that magma / like meteorite build like to its blade. I mean, it's the meteoric blade, but like it feels like something he would like have. Something that would be really cool, you know. It's not just going for just his ethnic race or anything else like that, because, well, we're not going into that. That's not the point. The whole point is that, like, this is a cool weapon for him to have. The alabaster just didn't match the robes either. It's blue, but it just felt really, like, clunky. I feel like Mark, if he was swinging around a regular greatsword, it'd be flying. You know, the greatsword, he could lift himself off the fucking planet like Ichigo, swinging it around by a fucking, I don't know, he's using like toilet paper or some shit around his blade. But Mark could find a way to do it because he's so fucking huge. He's jacked as shit. But, you know, this is how overpowered he is. He's a complete intelligence build. He's pure space. He's going all out for space. And sometimes you have lonely moments like this where you're waiting for an elevator for 5 years. This just seemed like something else he'd run into, where he's sitting there like, yeah, did I break the game? Did I do it? Is it good? Is it going? What's happening? And instead, the elevator's just fucking taking its time. It took so long for that, and I'm sure people can understand. Anybody in the chat or in the comments, please comment below if you had this problem where you're sitting here thinking, what the fuck? Where's this elevator? Why is it taking so long? Did I break the game? Because it's something that like I've ran into too many times in this game. Sometimes it's too dark and I just jump down there and I don't realize. Like, I was about to test it, but it just seemed funny. Just have fun with your builds. They don't always have to be, like cool like this. No, they don't have to always be. They don't always have to be like, specifically. You can make your own character for you. You can do that. Like, I plan on doing that eventually. Maybe that'll be my face reveal or some weird shit. But I wanted the horror aspect in this character. You got to be creative. So like, this is a horrific boss, but it's also spacey. It's fucking cool. Like, this is the perfect area and game for builds like that. There's so many you can do. So many. Because like the next build that I have like for the next 2 characters that are coming here soon, and I don't know if I'll do them exactly next. I actually have found that I've created a really good character of somebody else, but those 2 characters, they're also very highly up there. They are content creators, whoops, but it's something cool that I love them. Like, they're a lot of fun, and this build was a lot of fun. He got to clear the galaxy. So if you guys enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and thanks, and have a great day.